when you use the video.
Okay, so this week, what we talked about were compound tenses. And so let's go ahead and compare those compound tenses. In each case, our helping verb is going to be haber. So for present perfect, we conjugate that as has, ha, hemos, han. If we are to switch that and use the pluperfect, then we simply conjugate haber in the imperfect form. That would be había, habías, and había. Of course, we need the we form, habíamos, and habían. And finally, we talk about the conditional perfect, which I don't think I'm going to have space for down here, so I'll add it to the bottom. Conditional perfect in which we conjugate the verb in the conditional form. So it would be habría, habrías, habría, habríamos, and habrían. So why do we use each one of these? Well, remember that this is a helping verb, so it has to be paired with a participle. And a participle is a verb in which we take off the ending and put ado or ido. And then, of course, don't forget about all those irregulars in our notes. Now, we use the present perfect to ask or to talk about something that we've done. We use the pluperfect to talk about something that has been completed in the past before a second action in the past. And finally, we use the conditional perfect to talk about something that would have happened, but something else stopped it from happening. Let's look at some examples of that. All right. So in Spanish, if you want to ask, have you seen the movie? Would we be dealing with present perfect, pluperfect, or conditional perfect? Well, in this case, it would be present perfect because we're asking, have you seen? There's no condition in this which says that it happened before a secondary action. So it would look like this. ¿Has visto la película? Now let's create a scenario where we need the pluperfect. Remember, in this case, you need something to have happened before a secondary action. For example, in English, it would sound like this. I had already left when she called. Now, the key term here is had already. You have to have that helping verb. That's the compound tense. But already specifies that something had already happened before secondary action in the past. So this first part is going to be pluperfect, and then called is going to be preterite. So ya, meaning had already, había salido. Cuando ella llamó. So here's your action that occurred, but here's what had already happened before that. This creates pluperfect. And finally, conditional perfect. In conditional perfect, we talk about what would have happened, but it didn't because something else stopped it from happening. For example, I would have called her, but she lost her phone. So in this case, I have what I would have done in the past, but I couldn't because of a secondary action. Let's see what that looks like in Spanish. I would have called her, habría, using that conditional, habría llamado. And who would I have called? Her. Now her, we could say a ella, or of course we could say le, and that goes in front of your helping verb. So you choose how you want to express that. Pero she lost her phone. Use here your preterite tense. Ella perdió su teléfono, or móvil.